Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Forex report, and starting with the US dollar index here. Now, I thought that we may have had a low in here for wave C here, this wave C here, but because of the move down through here, it pretty much cancels out that that count. So we're actually looking for a larger picture to the downside here for the US dollar index, and of course this is actually going to send the euro US dollar to the upside, along with euro yen and pound yen and so forth. So that's the track that we need to take now that we've got this this new low in place through here. So looking at the euro here in the mirror sort of opposite, we need to be looking at this further to the upside. There are different ways to count all of this particular correction here, but the main point is that this little first leg here is in 3 waves, and then this leg here is in 3 waves. So we know that all of this is a corrective rally. What we need to work out now is in this particular leg, how far to the upside that we're actually looking at through here. So I think one of the safe ways we can do it is, first of all, we can see that from this high here we've got 3 waves here, so that means that that's a corrective move, so we'll take out that high here, which we've done already. So now we can focus on this move coming up through here in terms of an impulse structure, which is a 5-wave move here. So the other point too, in terms of trading here, the 1.140 here would be the support that would be required, and then building in through group 1 there. So here we've got 114 as the as the support here, isn't it? So technically this move up through here, this move down here is in 3 waves here, so that's corrective. So we'll see this taken out here, but this is where it gets a little bit odd, because this leg here, there's 5 waves in here, and then reverse it. So this leg's in 3 waves, this leg's in 3 waves, this leg's in 3 waves, and this one's still sort of impulse to the downside. So in terms of actually trading this, look for normally we'd look for support on group 1 here, the top of group 1, which is the 143 there. However, you may be able to move in earlier on the 142, but essentially we want this high here taken out, because that high taken out here would give us the trigger to the upside here, in confirming that we've got the right wave structure to the upside here. So just be very careful about getting trapped under these under this high here. So normally we'd look for support on the closest largest number, then group 1, and up from there. So just be a little bit mindful. But this little move up through here does appear to be working in 5 waves. So if that's the case, we'd be looking for 5 waves up here, and then a little A and a B and a C that can come back here, and then a move up through to there. So have a look for that, and look for this area over here for the catalyst for trading long. And of course the Australian US dollar will be in much the same boat as well. So in its correction, we're looking for, we'd always been looking for a move back to retest 80 as the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here. And that's what we're looking for. So we're looking at this as an A wave, a B wave in 3, and then a C wave up here in 5 waves. So up for 1, back for 2, and then building through this way. And of course the numbers here are 78 as support, and then 78.30, the 30 being top of group 1, is what we're looking for. And drilling into that here, we're looking at a little impulse wave up through here as wave 1, and the A, the B, and the C here, and then looking for support on here, which we're getting at the moment. So technically the stop needs to be under this wave 2 low here, but just to be sure, just put that under this low here, and look to build in through group 1. So group 1 would be 10, 20, and 30 here. Support on 30 gets you to 50, reaction at 50, and then build back in on 50 and move up from that point. The pound Australian, we'd been looking at the reaction from major trading level 2 here. That's still in play. The move down through here is still in 3 waves. We would look for the first leg to be in 5 waves, so that would give us basically 1, 2, that's what we've got at the moment, 3, but we'll probably end up getting 5 here, and then we'll get a counter trend here, and then another 5 here. So 5 here will give us 5 over here. This is the support here. That was the resistance up here, was resistance, and then became support over here. So it is this line here that that you'll need to work with as well here, which is the 195, roughly speaking. And drilling into this here, we started to count our 5 waves. Well, we'll count you. I've put it in an ABC correction. Not sure why I've sort of done that, because I just wanted to have a look at the reaction from this level first. And so anyway, an A wave, an A and a B and a C for the B wave here, and looking for the C wave down here in 5 waves. And yes, this in green here, this can be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, and that's probably what's going to occur. But our main point here is that we know that 195 is the support here, and yesterday we were looking at being short from the 198 sort of area and moving down, and that's still the case. Now obviously there's going to be support at 196 and also 196, 30, 20 and 10, which is all group 1, 10, 20, 30. So that's where the market tends to slow down, and that's what we're seeing from that low point here. So it is a choppy environment coming into 196 through group 1. Once 196 becomes the resistance, then it's down to 95 at that stage. So look, we just got to work our way through this trend coming down through here. Yeah, so from the B wave here, I was counting down as 1 and 2 here. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third, the fourth here. It does overlap with wave 1 here, wave 4, but I'll just leave that for the time being. And yeah, so wave 4 down to wave 5, started to count 5 waves down for 1. And I've got this as an A and a B and a C here for 2 here. And then the third wave down is not finished yet, because I can see 1 and 2 and 3. 4's come up a bit high. It's getting a bit, it's not a very clean structure, but the trend is down, and you just need to leave your stop out of the way. You can bring it down above 197 if you're looking for 195 as a target. The Euro Australian, well, still following in our particular pattern here, which is a triangle pattern. So essentially we're looking for from the top here, we're looking down for an A wave and a B wave back up, which we've got, and then down for a C wave here, which will come down roughly to the same length of the 144. 144 is important. It's where Gann and Fibonacci meet in their numbers, and it tends to display in terms of price ratio as well. So, you know, this market is coming back to test that 140. We and expect these bounces to come off it here, but at the end of the day, we'll eventually see this as the resistance here. And if that is the case, then we can trade that down from that point. But at this stage, we're just looking for, you know, it's a game of supply and demand, and we've got resistance at 150. Resistance moved down to 148 now, so we've got 144 here. So 145 is going to play a strong role within all of this as well in working through it. So what we're looking at the moment is 145 here. So yeah, well, that's where we're looking forward now. So that's going to be the support role here. In terms of the structure coming down through here, we're looking at 1 ABC for 2 here, and then wave 3 coming down through to here. So the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4 here, and I don't think this 4 is finished just yet. I can see that the move up here is in 3 waves, but also, so that's corrective, so we'll make new lows below here. The other point here is that this move coming down through here is corrective, so we should see another retest of the 146.50 here. So just drilling in here a little bit. It's on the 5-minute chart. I can see that this here is in the 3 waves here, so it's corrective, but at the same time I can see that this is corrective as well, so we should push up and make new highs here. So we're basically in a correction, like an A wave up here, a B wave here, and a C wave that can move up through to here. if you're going to trade this, of course, you'll need this 146 here that was resistance here. In terms of a classic trading levels pattern, it's perfect. So it's got the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and then the corrective process, which takes us below the level, and then we look for support on the level. So if we get tested support on 146, then you can go along from that point there, and you can probably look at 146.50 up here. The euro yen. Okay, so like the euro US dollar, a push to the upside. So once again, we're looking at wave 4 here as the target, the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, or the 38.2%. So in a nutshell, we're looking at the 138 here. We're looking at this move up here as a wave 4. We can see quite clearly that it's a corrective pattern, so it's a corrective rally. It's just not finished. It just needs to make another high here. This move from this high here down to this low here is in 3 waves, so it's corrective. So we're looking for a move up through to here. Corrective patterns, when they get complicated like this, give you a few options of different ways to count it. So I've just sort of stuck with my original count, but the problem with my original count is that wave 4 here has moved down past the top of wave 1 here, which gives me an overlapping wave structure, but I know that that occurs in derivatives and leverage products. So out of the 3 rules in Elliott, that's the one that gets broken the most with leveraged derivatives. So, but yeah, it's common. So, but the main point is that perhaps not what I've got this count here as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 up here. But the more important thing is that we know that this pattern here is corrective. So that means we'll make a new high above here. Now, in making a new high above here, we'll be counting 5 waves up here for wave 1, back for 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we do have a long trade sitting here. And that's everything that we need in terms of confirmation from pattern is there. So just drilling into this a little bit through here from that wave 4 here. If I just go back again, I should have mentioned that from this wave 4 here, looking for this move up through to here, just on the 15-minute chart, we can see that we've got nice clean 1 and 2, 5 waves in here for the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th wave here to make wave 1. Okay, now from wave 4 to wave 5 here, we can see that the strong 3rd wave's in the middle here. So we know that in this 5th wave here, there'll be 5 waves. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're nearly to the top. Look, there could be another little high here. It's, you know, on the open or the close. But the main point is that not to get trapped here, because we will be looking at an A and a B and a C wave. This is the 60% retracement, 618, whatever, 135. It may not come back that far. It may just come back to this leg here. So it's something that you're going to need to work through and get some sort of idea. But the main point is that have confidence in the trend that will be to the upside, because we've got 5 waves in this direction. It means we'll get another 5 over here. So in terms of building into the trade, once you see a corrective pattern swing into play here, you know, it's going to be a little bit tricky because the market can come down to here and just bounce off here in 3 waves. Here's an A and a B and a C for the B wave. And you could get trapped and buy here and then be, you know, caught with the C wave here in 5 waves to here, or it may just come to here and move up from here. So when you think about it, you know, it's probably a better idea in this space here is to think to yourself, well, you know, if I buy a small amount at 50, if it comes down to 30, I'll get some more. If it comes back up here, I'll get a few more. So basically, you've got an order flow in through here to catch that 3rd wave up there. And that way you don't have to be perfect. You just need to approach it in a logical fashion here. And yeah, so build in, you know, whatever you want, 3, 4, 5 positions there. The pound yen. Now, from this low here, well, I felt like I did everything right in terms of we were counting our 5 waves all the way up through here, and you know, we got our 5 waves up here, and then we've had a move down. Now I can see now that from the move down here is that we have a corrective pattern, right? So that high will be taken out here. Okay, so that leaves us with this 5-wave structure here, and that means that we could see that we're going to be looking at a bigger structure, so that means that we need to adjust our wave count here. So it's highly likely that we can put a larger degree of wave 1 and larger degree of wave 2 here, and we can put that here. Just basically, just, you know, we can see an expanding pattern, and you know, we need to work with that expanding pattern. So it will look something like this here. So we'll be looking up for, we've got wave 1 here, wave 2 here, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here for the top of blue wave 3 here. Okay, so when we drill in here, we can see that it's labeled like this now: 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 here, and then the 3rd and the 4th here, and looking for the 5th wave up through to here. Now, the main point here is that the 183 is the top of group 1, so tested support on top of group 1 is what we're looking for. But once again, we can see that we're getting a little impulse wave up through here. Secondly, that it's very clear that this is a corrective pattern through here. When we had our spike through here, it kind of threw me a little bit, and I just thought and shared that, well, I don't know what it is, let's just wait. And we could see that it was getting corrective, and this move up here really makes it corrective, because this move up through here concretes that in as being in 3 waves here. So we will be moving up higher here, so you can look for long trades to the upside here. So from the low here, we're looking at 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 5 possibly to here for wave 1, and then the next leg starting up through here. So it's really all about the 183 as being support here, and you also need to take in, drill in onto the 5-minute chart rather than 15-minute chart, and put in all the sub levels here. So the 50 is the midpoint, which will be important, but there's probably group 2 here, the 65, 72, and the 80 here, that will play support for any move down into this area through here. But what we also have here now is that this little leg up here is probably not finished actually. It's probably little leg up here after this correction here, something like this here. But what this is doing here, it's giving us our reference points here and here as well for the upside. Alrighty, well that's about it. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.